imagine sleeping with a man.
I don't want to.
All right?
I want to.
Yeah, you see that?
Well, yes and no, because
There is no about that. It's you
Let me
need
word
to
this.
hold in your
No.
vomit and sleep with that man because the Bible says to.
what are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's the effect.
You wouldn't have a nose anymore.
All right, that's what you think.
The 3 teeth you have left will be down your throat.
The 3 teeth I have missing are going to be in your eyeball.
We are finally on the long-awaited last episode of Season 1.
Who's been waiting for it?
Probably nobody, because they probably forgot about us by now. There hasn't been an episode in like
Our
5
whole
weeks.
like 24 viewers. I'm sure they've been fiending for this episode. Hey Russ, I'm sure you've been waiting for it. Appreciate it, buddy.
We've struggled through a lot this year.
I've struggled without your reviews. We'll get back to it. Of the podcast, I mean.
I thought you were talking about the food reviews, but
No, with those two. I like those two. I read those two. But no, the ones of the podcast. I like it when you make fun of Jamie.
we've struggled through a lot this year. Not only us to keep the podcast afloat, but everyone, on Earth, just struggling to keep food on their table.
But like this year for us is what it's like for people in other countries every year.
Yeah.
I think that's something we can take from this.
Yeah, I'm sure that if you look on, if you have TikTok and you've been scrolling through your For You page, you've seen a lot of people that have not had it as good as you've had it. So I guess that's just something important to remember. Hopefully this doesn't last too much longer. And I do want to say thank you for supporting us through, everything this year. The ones that have supported us. The other ones, should fuck them, all right?
Thanks, Russ. And Jacob.
And also, I wrote this down to clarify. This isn't us quitting. Okay, this is just the end of Season 1.
Yeah, there was no talk of a Season 1 or Season 2 until yesterday, and Brian just decided this is going to be Season 1. So don't worry.
Well, I feel like this was more of a trial run of the podcast.
And there's still a lot better, things we need to do and things we can do and improvements to make.
The whole point in the first, it was only supposed to be a couple episodes, but the whole point in the first couple episodes trying to get them out was to make this speed up a lot quicker. So right now, 2 8-hour shifts per podcast. And that's just all because of how we do it. We got separate cameras. We're not recording it live. We don't have someone switching. We're doing everything ourselves. So, we have to watch the podcast 2-3 times all the way through. And that's why the podcasts have been getting shorter so we can get them out quicker.
I'm just going to put this out there. I don't do any of that. That's all him. So he should be taking the credit because I don't edit a damn thing.
Well, you could have just let it go.
I don't take credit unless it's at work.
All right.
Then I don't take credit for something I didn't do.
Well, either way, I think we got the mic situation figured
pretty
out.
well. If not figured out, almost figured out.
Yeah. We picked up some dynamic mics. And, I probably don't want to get into that because nobody really cares.
Mic talk. Tent pole.
The sets changed a lot throughout the year.
Well, yeah, now
this is what I'm talking about.
There's boobies up on the wall, and you got amiibos, and nobody can see the lights that you hung up to be on the podcast, which makes a lot of sense. And, I shaved and don't look as homeless, so that's a good thing.
You still have facial hair. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I need facial hair. I look, real young. I just trim it up. Trim down here and, on my cheeks.
Okay. Well, it's just going to keep getting better. If we can get these out quicker, hopefully we can get, at least one episode a week. We were doing every 2 weeks, and then there were some weeks that was like, well, I could have done it last week, but I didn't record anything last week, and I'm doing a lot of shit this week, so we're going to have to skip this week.
And then hopefully get 3 weeks without a podcast.
Yeah, it was.
Well, another thing to keep in mind is if we start making other videos like you talked about and doing other content, that's, there's still at most going to be one episode a week of the podcast.
Hopefully. As long as we can get this figured out quick.
Yes.
The longest portion of the editing is having to listen to the podcast like 6 times. One for cut. We used to have to cut out. Like if I'm talking, I'd have to cut Brandon's mic off, and if he was talking, I have to cut mine off because it was picking up. One mic was picking up. 2 mics was picking up one voice. so it sounded echoey. And, that was just the first run through of the entire podcast.
Quit shaking the table.
I don't think my mic.
You just shook the table. I just watched you do it.
I don't think it should be a problem anymore.
Well, I don't like
Not as much.
I don't care about the audio. I don't like it. Don't do it.
Okay.
All right. You're just boring me with mic talk at this point. Basically, 2 cameras good, 2 mics bad. Okay. All right. There you go.
All right.
We got it figured out. Nobody gives a shit. Let's just keep going.
So, do you want to go into news, some news that we got, or do you want to go into fan questions, or do you want to go into, I don't know, pick one.
Are they actual fan questions, or are they questions that Brian's come up with, and he's going to portray them as fan questions?
Fan questions.
Yes, do fan questions. I like fan questions.
Okay. I thought since this was the last episode, we probably should take some.
I think that's the
questions.
best. Yeah, the best way to do it.
There isn't a lot.
Well, we'll just go do all of them then.
Yeah, because it was just me asking on Instagram.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, go for it.
Well, first off, Ben Eats Pants just wanted to say that he eats pants. Okay.
Did he specify how?
He just said, I just wanted to say, I eat pants.
Well, we gave you that, buddy. Okay.
Yes. So he does.
If you write me a 300 word essay about how you do it, and I'll read it on air.
Okay. Aussie Juggalo asks, how do you sexually identify as a microwave dinner? Now, we don't have the person on today that could really answer that, but how do you feel?
I think anymore, you just put it on your job application, and that's kind of set in stone, right?
Yeah. There isn't, an other box that you tick, and then you just write out.
Yeah. There is.
But I don't think you're going to get the job.
Depends on what you're applying for.
Well, if you're applying to do, like, gender studies.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a job for everybody. Unless you're worthless. Then you ain't working for me. That's for damn sure.
So I think this was aimed towards me, but Keegan Payton asks, why are you simping for that one girl? And I think first I need to explain what simping means. Because I mean, she's my girlfriend. So.
Oh, no, I thought he was talking about Bella Delphine.
You know what? I never thought about that, but
you're kind of dumb sometimes, aren't you, Brian?
We only did one little section on Belle.
Yeah, but like we continually referenced you, like your pants getting tight every time you think about her. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
Her, though, that would be. Maybe I should have thought about this question first because I honestly.
Do you want to skip to the next one and then we'll come back to that one?
Why? Do you have an answer for it?
No, I don't, because I'm not simping for her.
I don't know how you're not, but okay. How tall is Brandon, and how much does he weigh?
Who asked that?
I didn't write down who asked it.
Oh, you wrote down who asked every other question but me.
This one was on a YouTube video. This one wasn't.
Okay. I'm 5'9", 250. Or 5'10".
You're not. I already wrote down. I already wrote down that you're 5'7". I didn't know how much you weighed.
No, I'm not 5'7", dude. I just got into an argument at work about this, and we got the tape measure out again. I am at least 5'9".
We got the tape measure out. I'm taller than you. We got the tape measure out.
You are 5'11".
You were taller. Like it said that you were, let's say 72, and I was 60 something. Okay, it's not accurate,
dude.
Or you just don't know how to use it.
No, you're telling me the tape measure isn't accurate when that is the only measurement that you can use to measure something is a tape measure. Okay, I am 5'9" to 5'10". I think you are 5'9" to 5'10" as well.
I don't know, man. I'm not French.
This isn't the metric system, baby.
All right, so
I don't like baguettes.
All right, 250, man.
Don't you forget it, boy. Heavyweight.
Why are you wearing a dangle earring in the gay ear? Is Jamie a cover-up?
You got explaining to do. Was this one of Jamie's elderly relatives that left this comment that questioned you at Thanksgiving?
Quite possibly. So I really don't think that it matters what ear you're going to use, because someone's going to say it's the gay ear. You put it in the
you're
right.
right.
Somebody's
You're right.
gonna say it's,
yeah.
Somebody's
I
gonna
thought
say
it was
the right to
like
gay.
left is right and right is wrong.
That's what I've always heard, but I don't know. I really don't think it matters.
You know, it doesn't mean anything. All right, just leave it alone.
It doesn't mean anything while I slowly take it out of my fucking ear.
It's just an earring, guys.
That was all the questions I got, but
Well, back to the simping.
yeah. What do you think she was talking about Bella?
Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty
Belle?
sure. Yeah.
I just like her. I mean, I think she's kind of attractive.
I don't
follow her OnlyFans or anything, but I do think that she's attractive.
You follow her OnlyFans just on Reddit and not on OnlyFans.com.
I don't use Reddit enough.
And I don't use it enough. Trust me. I'm not quite up to date anymore. No, I don't find her attractive at all. And we listened to that podcast with her today, and it made me want to blow my brains out.
Oh my God, her fucking voice!
Like, she literally sounds like somebody stepped on a bag full of cooked pasta.
You know what? When she was using her anime voice in that 6ix9ine ripoff song, I didn't mind it then. But when she was on the podcast using her normal voice, oh my God. And that wasn't like me slowly coming in my pants when I said that. I'm like,
oh my God.
She is
annoying.
Yeah,
and it's not just the accent, because I don't totally mind the accent on like the right person, like, you know, Angela White. Yeah, that's fine, but not on Belle Delphine. And I think our taste in women is just that much different that, like, I am not attracted to Belle Delphine. Let me say, I'm not. It's not that I'm not attracted to her, because, you know, she's cute or whatnot, but she's not, like, I'm not all out for her.
It's the pink hair that does it for me, I guess.
I don't know, because I'm more of a red hair man, so maybe that is you.
Well, under news, I have listened to a podcast the other day. Floyd Mayweather is fighting Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So you already knew about that. That's good. Don't know if you heard, but Jake Paul already whipped Nate Robinson's ass.
I watched the video.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of the game on most of the things you think I don't pay attention to.
Okay. Well, I'm just using that as a point to say the hype is there for this fight.
No.
So can you imagine the viewership that this fight's gonna have?
Yes. Well, let me say this. So I go on Facebook and I see people posting on Facebook a lot, especially people around here for some reason, because they're invested in it for some reason. And they're like, "Oh, why is he bothering to fight a YouTuber?" Listen, it don't matter. That don't matter. It don't matter who it is. If you can make money off of it, do it. That's what they're there for. Boxing is a money sport, not a competitive sport. Nobody watches boxing for the pure science of fighting anymore. It's about the personalities behind the fighters.
So you're saying it's turning into like WWE?
It practically is, because like if I told you there was a boxer who went like 44-0, but you didn't know who he was, would you care to go watch him fight? No. If I told you Mike Tyson was fighting, you're going to be interested in seeing if he can go again, right? It's all about storylines.
Didn't they just fight?
Yeah, he fought Roy Jones Jr. to a draw, although a lot of people think Tyson won. But the thing is that the promoters want a rematch, so it doesn't make sense to let either of them win. It made the most sense to send it to a draw so they can have the rematch and have the return money.
So you don't think that they're actually fighting?
I didn't say that. No, they're actually fighting, but I'm saying the marketing is more important than the fighting.
Okay, but if this is an actual boxing match where they're trying to beat the fuck out of each other,
yes,
do you think that Logan has a chance?
No.
And how old is Floyd?
Isn't he like 42? He's older now, ain't he? Is he like 42?
Yeah, he's older. That's what I'm saying. And Logan's only what, 26, 24?
He's young.
So what do you think? You don't think that he has a chance?
No. Here's the thing. Yes, he beat Nate Robinson.
Jake Paul beat Nate Robinson.
Yeah, obviously that's who I'm talking about.
Logan's the one fighting Floyd.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are we in the right atmosphere here?
Yeah, positive.
Logan Paul
is the one that's fighting Floyd.
So who fought Nate Robinson?
Jake Paul. Do you think that he has a chance?
It was Jake Paul that fought Nate Robinson.
I just said that. I don't know why you have to fact check me.
I don't know, for some reason I thought whoever fought Nate Robinson was fighting. Because Jake is taking it more seriously, right? Jake is the one that's actually training to be a professional boxer.
I honestly think that Jake is the better boxer.
Yeah. So the thing is,
from watching him
I don't
fight.
think Jake can beat Floyd, so I definitely don't think Logan can. I think Logan's going to go in there and get his ass whooped. If Conor McGregor couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul is not beating Floyd Mayweather. If Manny Pacquiao couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul is not beating Floyd Mayweather.
So you don't think that it's going to get sent to a draw?
Absolutely not. No, because when it comes to that, Floyd is too big of a star to pull some trickery like that. You know, when you got Tyson and Jones Jr., you can pull that because they both are the big enough names that they're not going to suffer from a draw. They can only gain from the rematch. Floyd is not going to let it get anywhere close to a draw.
So you think first round knockout?
No, I didn't say that. Because, I mean, at some point, it's so hard to get a first round knockout in boxing because of, you know, you stand it up, you get the 10 count, you get all that. It's hard to get a first round knockout no matter how fast you are. So I say it probably don't get past the third round.
Yeah, but didn't our buddy Trey get a first round knockout on you?
No, Trey got a knockout in between the rounds because he passed out on the couch. Another thing it is, I mean, I'm sorry, but boxing's kind of boring. I don't like to watch boxing. It's just
no, you're telling me you don't like to watch boxing, but we both sat in here for 2 hours and watched backyard boxing.
Well, that's different.
Like the Russian.
Yeah,
people.
that's a little bit different. When you watch them, like, you know, when you're watching, like, what is it, street beefs, you know, you're watching something like that, that's different. You know, there's the emotion, there's drama, you know. I'm not going to sit down and watch a Brandon Hill fight. Like, I don't care. Floyd Mayweather beat the Big Show, all right? He can beat Logan Paul.
Okay. And I was thinking, like, how big the viewership of this is going to be. And Logan has his platform. He's announcing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Floyd has, you know, his Twitter, Instagram,
Floyd
whatever.
doesn't really need to announce it, though. Like, he's not promoting it, really.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Floyd went on Joe Rogan and talked about it, that'd be the biggest event in history.
No, because it's not going to reach the level that Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather did, or that Mayweather McGregor did. It's not going to reach anywhere near that, or the money that it made. I
am pretty sure that the Logan Paul KSI was the biggest boxing event in history.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure that I heard that somewhere.
Not, but even if it had the most buys, pay-per-view buys or whatnot, it's still not the biggest event in history. Because, I mean, the Ali fights, the George Foreman return, the Tyson fights, the Holyfield, you know, there's just too much there for them to be considered it.
If you go back...
It was a novelty fight.
I feel like if you go back to then, the viewership wasn't as high as what you would think because...
There was less ways to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, but as far as impactful events, no, it's not. Like, for me...
I was just talking about viewership.
Well, that could be true. I don't know. But I think that I would rather watch MMA than boxing. So, like, you know, if Jake Paul or Logan Paul wanted to be an MMA fighter, I'd prefer that.
Well, he was a wrestler.
The issue is you don't see... You can go into boxing with training and whatnot and succeed because there's only so much different training you can do than the guys that have been doing it for 20 years because you're doing the same thing. You're punching. When you see a guy try to come into MMA like that, it doesn't usually work out. Like CM Punk tried it and lost to Mickey Gall and I forget who the other guy's name was. 0-2, never had a fight again in the UFC. Who else was there? There was another guy I was thinking about. Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But the point is, you can't come into MMA like that as a celebrity and just succeed. The only two sports it works in is boxing and wrestling.
You're right. I still feel like they're just going to draw out the fight to deliver on, you know, how much it's going to cost to watch it.
But no, because see, the UFC has that same issue where dudes would pay, you know, what's the pay-per-view, like $50?
It's a good bit.
Yeah, I think it's like $45-$50 for pay-per-view, and to watch the Rousey fights, and Rousey wins in 37 seconds. Obviously, that's bad for business, but you can't control that.
Okay. Well,
the reason I say with the Tyson Jones fights it made sense to send it to a draw is because it didn't get finished in the fight. So nobody will be satisfied with a decision victory. Then it makes more sense to send it to a draw and then run it back.
Did you watch that?
No, I watched part of it, like a highlight compilation or something.
Did it seem like it was just two old farts throwing punches or what?
I mean, either way, they still have skill and technique. They may not have the power that they used to, but like, I mean, by all means, Tyson was still hitting hard. Like a lot of people think Tyson won. So,
Well,
but I was more interested in the Nate Robinson Paul fight.
I thought that they were supposed to be pulling punches with the what did you say, the Mike Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were supposed to be like pulling punches, like not going full power because they're old and they don't want to.
No, I mean they maybe. I mean I think it was Tyson said that he wasn't trying to go full on like the whole time, obviously, because you got to. That's part of the preparation is knowing that I'm probably not going to knock this guy out in the second round, so I need to be ready to go the full fight if I need it.
I heard something about it. I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day though, and he was talking to this cybersecurity expert or something about, do you think, well, I guess this is just me asking you this because I've heard it on there. Do you think that people would rather buy, let's say a phone, okay, instead of buying Apple, that phone is made in China or somewhere overseas, Taiwan, and it's made with slave labor, right?
Yeah.
You go over to China and they got those skyscrapers with anywhere from kids to people in their 80s working 15-hour shifts where they can sleep 2 hours before their next 15-hour shift, right?
But
and they have to put nets around the building to keep people from jumping and killing themselves because they're so unhappy, right? Do you think that people would rather quit buying those phones if there was an option to get these phones over here that, the people that made them are part of the union, let's say made in the U.S., that they're getting paid the fair wage, getting health insurance and stuff like that. Do you think people would care enough? Like, he seems to have a lot of faith in humanity.
Well, the thing is that you have to charge more for that phone. So just based off of that, no. More people are not going to buy that phone.
If it's a nonprofit making the phone, then I feel like...
Yeah, but why would a nonprofit company make cell phones?
For the good of humanity, I guess.
I just don't... Because with the blood diamonds, there's still blood diamonds being sold. Do you know what blood diamonds are?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so blood diamonds are diamonds that have been used as it's basically slave labor in Africa. They're being forced to mine 12, 13, 14 hours a day. And they have to strip naked before they leave to make sure they're not stealing diamonds. And if they see you stealing a diamond, they kill you. Straight away, you die. And it's like African warlords that are running these blood diamond rings and getting them smuggled to the United States and whatnot. So, and there's still a blood diamond industry. So just based off that, no. I don't think that's going to stop it. It's not about an option. It's about there not being the bad option anymore. Like you look at I'm pretty sure
you're saying that Apple should not be able to be the. Can you really call Apple a monopoly?
No, it's not a monopoly because there's
Samsung.
Well, there's
right?
There's Apple, there's Samsung, there's Blue, there's Motorola,
Yeah. So, do you think that there should be regulation on places like Apple or companies like Apple, companies like?
Well, I
Samsung?
think didn't Trump pretty much do that when he imposed the stricter tariffs on stuff coming from China to try to encourage companies to do stuff over here?
I don't care what anybody says. Trump didn't do shit. I'm putting that out there. The only thing that he did was he owns the big businesses, these big businesses. He owns stock in these big businesses.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think he's going to do? Looking out for
Fair
himself.
Enough. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if this guy comes up to you and you're walking beside this random lady, or let's say this random other man.
Okay. And
he comes up to you and he aims a gun at both of you and you're like, give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I have to give him my wallet. I don't know what you're asking.
Are you gonna try to take down the guy? Is the point?
See, in my head, I do because I think about this scenario a lot.
No, you'd probably run away and leave that guy to fucking.
Well, no, I'd probably give him my wallet because if I run, he can shoot me.
Okay, well then I guess I'm just different.
Because like in my head, I want to say yeah, like I'd whoop his ass. You know, I'd grab the hand, the guns in, and then karate
the
chop
point
him
is,
in
you're
the
not
throat.
going to be looking out for that other guy.
Well, no, at some point, it's like, dude, this is survival of the fittest right now. I need to worry about myself.
I said that the point is that you're not going to be looking out for yourself, or you're not going to be looking out for the other person. You're going to be looking out for yourself.
Well, yeah, so that becomes survival of the fittest at that point. And like, I'm sorry, buddy, but I gotta look out for myself right now.
And when it comes to money, there's two reasons. The people worry so much about money, and that's fear or greed. Or both.
Yeah. Well, I think greed is a form of fear.
And Trump, greed.
Like I said, I don't want to get into that too much. Like, let's just kind of move past this. We're kind of getting too far into a political debate that, I mean, I don't think we disagree enough on for it to be entertaining, and there's not much there. So.
Okay, well, do you think that people would care enough to buy stuff not made out of slave factories? I don't think so.
No,
but I'm
because
just an optimist.
A good example is like the tuna cans. Like they say, if you pay more, you can get stuff that does not have any type of whale in it, because that's a big problem. Is whale. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, there's
it's tuna. Why would it have whale in it?
Because it's tuna. It's like how you buy like potted meat. Like I'm pretty sure there's a situation where there's like whale meat ending up in this, and it's causing whales to be slaughtered and whatnot. Unless you buy the more expensive brands, and people don't buy the more expensive brands, so how can I trust them to buy a phone that's not manufactured by slave labor? They can't even do that.
I've never heard that tuna has whale meat in it. Why would it have whale meat? Isn't whale meat more expensive?
Now, I don't know. Because think you get one whale, and how many cans of tuna can you get off one whale?
But there's not a lot of whales, so it'd be harder to hunt the whales to get it versus the tuna.
Well, not when there's whaling, because you also get the blubber for oil, and it's black market. We'll look it up later.
Okay, because I have no idea what you're even.
We'll look it up.
Going after there.
So do you have any more topics?
Yeah. Why do you want to talk about something?
No, go ahead. What topics do you have?
Well, I have this one really long thing that I don't think I'm going to get into because it's just going to piss me off. So.
All right.
But I was talking to Jamie about this, and like whether or not we can talk about this or not, I don't care what she says. We're going to talk about it.
Okay. Why
can you criticize some things, but you can't criticize other things because then you're racist? As an example, anybody can criticize Christianity. Anybody, and they don't get flack from it. But, except for maybe some boomers, right? No problem. But if you criticize the Islam religion, you're racist.
Because I think,
but Islams can criticize Christianity.
Because the reason that comes off as racist is because most of the people criticizing Islam are racist. That's just where it comes from.
No, like you can't say anything about if you're talking to somebody and you say, well, I'm not gonna call. I know this person, and they want to be called by Apache and Apaches when I'm referring to them because that's their pronouns.
Man, that's kind of badass. I wouldn't mind that. That's kind of badass.
Okay,
Apache.
kitten and kitten self.
That makes me upset.
See, why? I'm not gonna call them by that. All right, now I'm transphobic. I'm homophobic now.
I mean, I don't
because I'm not going to do that. That sounds like kink shit to me, and I don't think that you can just keep on making up all this shit because that's what you feel like. I'm all for letting people do whatever the fuck they want, but I mean, like at some point, when
it affects me, that's when my opinion does matter. You know?
Yeah.
But whether that makes you a bad person because if your opinion is too radical or whatnot, then that's another story. But as far as I'm concerned, like if you're a man and you think you're a woman and you want to be called she, that's fine with me. As the way around, if you're a woman and you want to be a man, that's fine. I don't care. If you want to be gay, if you want to be straight, you want to be bisexual, pansexual, I really don't care. And I'll be respectful of that. But when you get beyond that to where it's like, dude, this is obviously for attention, or you're doing it because you think it's cool, or it's counterculture, or whatever the logic behind it is, that's where I can't get behind it, because by getting behind that, you're expected to support everything else. That's everything stupid that comes up like that. And that doesn't make me transphobic. I have no problem with trans people. I support trans people. I'm not homophobic. I support gay people. I support gay rights. I support, Christians should love gay people. I support it. So no, I'm not homophobic and I'm not transphobic. I'm against stupid shit.
That's a good way to put it. And I think that it's probably also important to say, for anybody who is ignorant and like makes fun of trans people, whether, that be male to female, female to male,
Whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I want you to imagine, let's say that you're a guy listening to this, and you're making fun of them for that. I just want you to imagine, okay, if they are doing this for attention, or they're doing this just to do it, and it's pissing you off, imagine putting your dick on a table and taking a chopper and just chopping it right off. Okay?
Which isn't how they do it.
Yeah, that's not how they do it, but
hypothetically,
that's the extreme that they're going to feel more comfortable with their body. They're not going to be able, I mean, they're still going to be able to have sex, but they're not going to get pleasure from it other than like mental pleasure from it now.
Like, if they're willing to do that, then why can't you support them,
Yeah,
it's like, it's not bothering you. Like, if a gay man hits on you, it should be no different than a woman who you're not attracted to hitting on you. Right?
Except when it is very, gay Rick-like.
Well, if they're sexually assaulting you like he did to you, that's different. It doesn't matter what they are. That's sexual assault.
Yeah, that man, I don't like him very much.
Well, here's my thing. It's like, there's so much more to hate in this world than somebody who's gay. There's so much more to hate than somebody who's trans. There's so much more to hate. You want to hate the Taliban? Go hate the Taliban. I'll hate them with you. They deserve hate. Rapists, they deserve hate. Child molesters, they deserve hate. But if somebody's transphobic or trans and is a child molester, don't hate them because they're trans. Hate them because they're a child molester. That doesn't mean the same thing, Or like how people assume a lot of gay men are attracted to boys, young men. If you're attracted to a young man and you're gay, that doesn't make you a gay pedophile. That makes you a pedophile, regardless. Like, one does not equal the other.
And I guess another thing to mention when you're talking about like trans or gay people, if you're Christian and you think that God doesn't like gay people, let's first put out there that, it's in the Bible, clearly it says that, God loves everybody, right?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, okay. Well, then they say that there's parts that's like, a man shall not lay with another man, or
a woman shall not lay with another woman.
Yeah, there's like,
but
there's different stuff like that. But the point that I'm saying is, read a Bible that was printed or written. I guess it would be printed, but printed before the 1940s, because in the 1940s is when they switched over to a different translation.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like it's not a man shall not lay with another man. It's like a man shall not lay with child, or like boy.
Well, that's also in there. But no, it says that God doesn't like Christian. God hates homosexuality, but he does not hate the homosexual.
Okay, well, I forgot that you're a Christian, so you're gonna try to stand.
I'm just
going
to know a little bit. No, I don't stand behind that part. God does not like homosexuality.
Well, you can't. How can you be Christian and not agree with what the Bible says? Because apparently that's what God exactly said, and that's why you follow it correctly.
There's a difference between saying that God hates homosexuality and God hates homosexuals. God loves everybody the same. God loves a homosexual just like he would me or you.
Well, why did God make homosexuals if he doesn't like homosexuality? Why would God...
Just stop for a second. I need to do something. For all you people that know me that listen to this, God even loves D-Berry. Sit home and think about that one. Anyway, keep going.
if God loves everybody and God also made everybody, he made everything. Well, he also made gay people and homosexuals. So why would he make those if he didn't like them?
Because we have free will to do what we want. And
Okay, but that then says that homosexuality is a choice. And I mean, like, when you grew up, you're attracted to women. Correct?
I mean, I guess at some point.
All right, so don't answer it.
No, because I'm like I see what you're trying to say, but at the same time, it's like, whether you're who you're attracted to doesn't matter. Who you sleep with is your choice. Like that's all I'm trying to say. Like,
Okay, yeah, but imagine sleeping. You're attracted to women.
Yeah.
Imagine sleeping with a man.
I don't want to.
All right.
I want to.
Yeah, you see that?
Okay.
It's the same thing.
But well, yes and no, because
there is no about that. It's the same thing.
Let me.
So
word
it's like
this.
you
Let me
need
word
to
this.
hold in your
No.
vomit and sleep with that man because the Bible says to.
No, let me finish what I'm trying to say. Okay. So we choose to be attracted to women as well. We choose that because there's people. Is it pansexual that's not attracted to anybody?
I think the pansexual is attracted to pans, like pots and pans.
All right, Brian, you are not right. You're wrong.
No, I think that's everybody. Or no, asexual.
Or it doesn't matter. No, asexual means that they're not attracted to anybody, right?
I think it's attracted to everybody.
I don't know. It's something like that. One of those. All right, they're choosing. All right, so from that, if you take from that, do you believe that's a real thing? Is it like they're just not attracted to anybody? You believe that's real?
I feel like that has something to do with the way that you're born and the way that you're. I don't want to say like, there's nature versus nurture.
Yeah, but at some
right,
point,
and
okay,
I don't think it has anything to do with nurturing. I think that it has to do with the way that they were born. There's something up here, like the chemicals, hormones flowing through their body is like not drawing them to anything.
I mean, that can be it. That can
Because
for
women
sure
have
be it.
wide hips because men like big booties, right?
No, women have
It's
wide hips.
It's to birth. It's for birth. I
childbirth.
understand.
Okay. No.
Women have got them big old fucking saggers there. So
You make me uncomfortable with your sexual terms.
sorry.
Because
You
I'm
ever
looking.
have sex when she had a yeasty?
You stop. Because if you choose to be with somebody, you're choosing that. Like you're choosing to be attracted. Like you kind of choose. And now I'm not saying it doesn't happen from a young age, but at the same time, other people's choices, when what they choose to do, what they choose to show you on TV, influences you. So it's somebody's choice, somebody's free will influences who you're attracted to. Like,
So if I set up 10 pictures of women,
yeah,
they're women, and you choose to be attracted to women, so you're gonna be attracted to all of them.
no, I wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody's choices affect the type of woman that you're attracted to, right? Growing up,
Nature
something happened.
versus nurture.
You
I
saw something.
No,
I don't think it's a chemical balance in the brain that chooses whether you like big
I
boobs
said
or big
nature
butts.
versus nurture.
But just I'm not worried about that. Just let me word it the way I'm going to word it. That makes it easy to understand. Somebody showed you something somewhere, or you saw something somewhere that said that skinny women are attractive. That is what men should want. And you said, okay. And then you became attracted to skinny women, right?
Okay, I'm not seeing where you're going with this yet.
So then at some point, another person might see something that says women are supposed to have big boobs, and that's what men want. And then they say, okay. And then that's what they become attracted. That's what they want in a partner.
The way that you're explaining this is saying that while this person was growing up...
Well, I'm simplifying it.
No, while this person was growing up, they turned gay.
Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't done that, so I can't really speak to it because I don't know. I'm out of my element here, and so are you. You don't know just as well as I do that we don't know. But
I do know that since I was young, from like, when's the first time I can remember? Probably about when I was 18. I was attracted to women.
As far as you can remember.
Okay, and a man, if another man was attracted to another man,
it was wrong.
You ask him, he's going to be like, well, yeah, I've been attracted to men
my whole life.
Yeah.
But that's not always true, because some people don't realize they're gay till they're 25 or 30 even.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, you kind of, like, somewhere along the line something happened.
Well, you had it. Yeah, it has to.
It's cause and effect.
Yeah, it's like he's never thought about it, or he never gave it enough thought to know whether he was gay or not.
Yeah.
He always felt weird he always felt weird in his relationship,
but he didn't know why. Or in the locker room, he might have felt, something there. I don't know what they would feel. I don't, but might have felt something. I see what you're saying, but I'm just arguing for cause and effect. That at some point, it might be 100 small things that cause you to be attracted to men, but something has to cause that. There has to be a cause and effect, and I don't think we as humans.
Are you saying that there's a issue of when they're growing up, like the way that they're raised? There's issues there?
I don't think, no. That's
because,
not
like, what if you had two twin boys and one of them was gay and the other one wasn't?
Well, that's where I'm like, something happened, and then something caused them to be attracted to who they're attracted to. I don't know what that is, but it is a cause and effect, right? Cause and effect controls everything in the world. I could choose to flip this table over, all right? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's the effect. I flip this table over and you sit.
You wouldn't have a nose anymore.
All right, that's what you think. Okay, that's the cause and effect.
The 3 teeth you have left will be down your throat.
The 3 teeth I have missing are going to be in your eyeball.
Okay.
But that's what I'm trying to say is the cause is the effect. There is a cause and effect to everything. If you choose to not buy winter tires because you're buying a PS4 this year and you ended up in the ditch on your way to Morgantown from Kingwood, West Virginia, because you won't buy front tires because they're bald and their wires are showing, and you end up in a ditch, that's the cause and effect.
Are you speaking from experience?
I am speaking from experience, but not my experience. I'm speaking from an experience that's about to happen very soon to somebody we know.
Trey?
No. Leave out the PS4 part, or PS5 part, and then think about everything I just said. Driving to Morgantown from Kingwood, West Virginia with bald tires and the wires are showing because they refused to buy new ones.
Yeah, the only person I would think of would be Trey.
No. Are you this dense?
You?
Look outside your window. There you go. Just go look outside the window. Go look outside the window. No.
Because I know it's not me because I have brand new winter
I didn't
tires.
say it was you.
Jamie has
not
bald tires.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but she didn't buy a PlayStation.
I said leave out the PS5 part
right, well,
and then think
you know
about
what?
it.
You're just
you
making,
make
you're,
me
you're
so
just,
angry.
You're just fucking
I'm going
stupid.
to pop you in your big nose one time. Just one time. That's all I need. What's the next topic?
There is no next topic.
Okay, I have a topic. How much longer do we have?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so the NBA is back now. All right. I want to talk about sports and what COVID has done to sports, right? That's not true. Okay. We had what? Like 4 weeks between basketball games or something like that, maybe 6 weeks between basketball games. That's not enough for imagine if you played hard for a whole season and then got 6 weeks to recover and had to start again when you're used to having 3 months.
What do you mean they only had 6 weeks? What are you talking about?
We didn't have a full off season in the NBA this year.
Why?
There was not enough time. We had to get the new season started.
I don't understand.
What don't
Why
you
would
understand?
they not have had a full break?
Because there's not enough time. Because they had to take a break in the middle of last season.
Okay, did that end last season?
What?
When they took the break? Or did they, COVID happened?
They took the break. They came back. They finished out
with
last
the same
season.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they finished out last season. But because of that break, that's cutting into this season coming up. So they had to shorten the off season. Because
what is the off season? What does that matter?
Well, one, you can't just play basketball year round.
Why?
Injury. You're going to get hurt playing basketball year round as often. You play 3 games a week. Some of these guys play 40 minutes a game. You're going to get hurt. That's what the offseason is for. You get to rest. Teams do their free agency. They sign new players. They trade for other players. The draft happens. There was no summer league The NBA rookies did not get a chance to get acquainted to the NBA game. They're going straight into preseason. You have training camps were almost non-existent. They only had like a week of a training camp. Teams are not going to gel. It's going to cause problems for certain teams this year. And I'm saying, out of every league, which do you think has done the best as far as maintaining COVID is?
I don't watch sports.
Uh-huh.
But I think that it was football, or no, it wasn't football. It was I believe it was basketball, where you could buy a cardboard cutout of yourself, and they would put it up in the stadium.
No,
that was the shit.
I don't know if it was that or
was it football or was it basketball?
I think it was basketball, but I'm not sure.
That was cool. It was like $100 and some, but
that's not who's maintaining COVID. All right, here I'm.
But you were still there.
I'm just going to give
technically.
I'm just going to give you my answer on who I think handled it best, and that's the WWE.
Well, I can tell you that. What did basketball do? They a few teams went to like Disneyland, Disney World, and quarantined there.
Yeah.
Well, was that the entire?
Not the entire league. Only certain teams went. Like the top. Was it the top like 16 team? No, the top 12 teams in each conference, I think, got to go.
Yeah, and then a couple people. I don't know why they kept doing it after the one person got suspended or whatever, but they were supposed to be inside of a bubble.
Yeah.
And then he's like ordered one of the players, I forget. I think two players went out actually, but they ordered like DoorDash and they're like, "Hey, we're not allowed in the bubble." So they came outside the bubble, got the DoorDash, came back in, and got in trouble for it.
No, I think that happened, but I think the incidents that you're referencing, you're getting mixed up. There was Lou Williams, who went to a strip club while on leave to go to a funeral or something like that, a funeral or something. He went to a strip club. He got in trouble. And Daniel House Jr. invited a member of the staff at Disneyland or Disney World, whatever, to come up to his room and spend the night, if you know what I mean. And that broke the bubble. So he got kicked out of the bubble. So
why do you think that the WWE?
Because they did not stop running shows. They didn't have to stop. There was an interruption in business. They transitioned straight into what they're calling the Thunderdome, which is a normal ring and everything, but there's electronic face cams. Like you set up your webcam and watch the show, and your face is on TV.
Now that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
And they lost the least amount of money. They persevered. They people lost their jobs, but it's people that probably needed to be released anyway or wanted to be released. Now I think football handled it the worst, absolute worst.
I hate to talk about this right now, but you did bring that up. So, do you think COVID vaccine should be mandatory?
No.
I can't see it. I feel like what's going to happen is they're going to. How are they going to make it mandatory? Right?
Okay. Well,
but the only thing that I can think of.
Let's hear what your solution is, because I have the solution. I have it.
I don't think this is a solution, but I think this is what's going to happen. It's not going to be mandatory. Okay. Like you're 21 now. Yeah. It's not going to be mandatory. But to be able to go into grade school, you're going to need to get it.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to keep getting your boosters or however the fuck it works, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that there's something different with the COVID vaccine, the way that they do it, and let's say the serum that's in it goes in and mutates your cells to make you immune to it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I don't
think that's how it works, but okay.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't know
that's
enough
what
to
I
argue
read.
with you, but I don't think that's right. But keep going.
You should probably fact check if you're listening to this.
It sounds like Resident Evil, Brian. I don't think.
No, but I'm pretty sure that I read something that said that it goes in and mutates your genes. That's a little freaky. Okay? But let's say it's not mandatory, you don't have to go get it, but if you want to put your kid into grade school, he needs to have it. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't get it, either homeschool him or he just stays
Private
home and
school or something
stupid.
else.
Yeah.
Well, I had the solution.
And you want to go on a plane to fly somewhere to another country or something?
Just like a regular.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
They can just do shit like that.
Well, here's mine that I think is much more effective. With, yes, what you said, the travel vaccinations, the immunizations you have to have, all that, the grade school, yes, that too. But the government cannot require you to have a vaccine. A private company can. Walmart can require, if you work for them, that you get this vaccine. Target can require that you get this vaccine if you're going to work for them. So if it comes down to either I get the vaccine or I don't have a job, then that's on them because it's not mandatory, but you need it to have a job.
How is that a solution?
Because that is going to
still have to get it. I honestly think like.
So do you not want to take it? Is that the solution you're looking for? Is it for a way to not have to take it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I got really sick not too long ago. Didn't think that it was COVID or anything, but now that I look back, it might have been.
Oh, the same way.
Like, it was probably like 3 days. The first day is like, I was boxing with Brandon, and I'm like, threw one punch, and I'm like, fuck. Holy fuck, I can't catch my breath. What the fuck's going on? The next day, I was down for the count. Like, I was laying on the couch with my girlfriend, sitting there. I can't breathe, And then the third day, I think Brandon came down again. We boxed. It was the same thing. I was like, fuck. I can't catch my breath. Fourth day, I went to work. No problems.
That, for me, it was, I woke up in the morning, headache, stomach.
It needs to be aimed at you. There you go.
I woke up the first day, or the night before, I guess, I kind of started to feel a little something in my chest. The next day I wake up, my chest is kind of heavy. I got a monster headache. I'm feel dehydrated, diarrhea, all that. And I was like, okay, I don't think I have it. But just to be sure, my job wants me to not come into work if I'm having symptoms. So I went through the processes I needed to go through, and I stayed home. And then I spent the next 3 days laying on the couch, not being able to breathe, just drinking Gatorade. I mean, I'm laying on the couch, just trying to stay, normal. And, after 3 days, I was fine. We got up and went to Charleston. Drove 6 hours. I was fine. But was it COVID? I don't know. Maybe it was. But, it probably wasn't. But that's the thing. When you get told it's flu season, and you have a little bit of a chest cold, a little bit of stomach ache, you're like, man, I think I have the flu. It's probably just the flu. I'll be fine. If it's not flu season and you don't know what the flu is, you're going to be like, oh, I just got a cold and a stomach ache. That's where it's kind of like when you're thinking for the symptoms, you're going to,
Did the time that you got off because you thought that you had it, did you get paid?
Yeah.
For being off?
Yeah.
You see, I don't think my work does that. And I'm curious because I think that a lot of places probably don't do that, right? It's like you think you have it, just take a couple days off. Use your sick time, right? And like, if you wear a mask when you go to work, does it matter whether you have it or not?
Yes, because the risk of transmission. I remember seeing something where like the only way to really stop it is for you to wear a mask and everybody else around you to wear a mask as well, because you can still get it. You can still give it while wearing a mask. It's not foolproof. But if you're wearing a mask and the other person is wearing a mask, it's going to be very hard for you to transmit it, because you can be asymptomatic and have it and not have any symptoms. So, I see on Facebook a lot where people, oh, this mask is horse shit and we shouldn't have to wear these and this is stupid and, Jim Justice is dumb and he's mandating shit.
He puts a mask over his eyes. He doesn't even know how to use it.
But here's the thing. I've seen people on Facebook talking about their loved one getting COVID. Somebody I knew died from COVID. It's a real thing. It is real. If we got it, would we be fine? Most likely. I can't say for sure. But yeah, we'd probably be fine. I mean, we're both in good enough shape. We're both pretty healthy. If we got it, we'd live through it, you know. But there's also cases where people our age are getting it, living through it, not having it anymore and having long-term damage to their lungs or their brain or their stomach, still having symptoms months after having it. So that's where I don't want to get it. If we're in public, I wear a mask.
Do you think one of the things that I've considered, what if there was nothing? Okay, that you didn't have to wear masks. There was no mandate. There was no curfew. You could continue your life from the beginning of this until now. Would it still be a thing? And the reason I say that is because I remember reading something that if you get it and you get over it, the antibodies are in your system for 3 months.
Okay.
So if everybody got exposed to it, everybody got the antibodies, would it just disappear?
No. Because you can get COVID more than once.
Yeah, but there's like a 3-month period that you have the you can still get it during that time,
Brian,
but you have
the scenario you're talking about is the vaccine.
It's herd immunity.
But no, the scenario you're talking about, well, if everybody got the antibodies, it'd be gone, right? Well, if everybody took the vaccine, it'd be gone, right? Do you not see the parallel?
Why did it take them so long to make the vaccine if the only thing was, like, you just have to go find somebody that gets it and take their blood?
Because it's not that simple. It sounds that simple, but it's not as simple as that. Or we could make the vaccine in your garage. Well, you don't even have a garage. So that statement made even less sense, but we could do it if it were that simple, because it's not. I don't know what it takes to develop a vaccine, but I know it's more than drawing blood. And there we go, brother.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, look at that. A positive. Hell yes. I love my job.
Okay, well, man, I think I can say this. We were exposed to COVID recently, and you were too.
Not really. I mean,
yeah, because you were around them.
I was possibly exposed because I was around somebody that had already tested positive and had already quarantined. So it's not likely I was exposed. Although we
were exposed by the same person. You're talking about a different time that you were exposed. I'm saying we were exposed by the same person.
You didn't tell me that.
Within the last 2 weeks.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I've been saying that the past 2 weeks.
Okay, you didn't say when and that I was exposed. This is an issue.
I was exposed. You've been here since yesterday.
No, being exposed to somebody who's been exposed isn't being exposed. That's not classified as that. Have you taken...
Are you stupid?
No, I'm not stupid. Being exposed to somebody who's been exposed to somebody who's been positive is not...
He was positive, and then Jamie said that, she just tested negative. So it's already been 2 weeks since she has, had it, been tested, and came back positive.
Well, then we're fine.
That just means that she doesn't have it now. So when we were hanging out with her,
they may have.
They did have it because they were tested positive, and that's why they were quarantining.
Then why didn't you quarantine?
Because I'm fine.
Brian, you can carry it and not show symptoms. You should have at least went and got tested, whether you thought you had it or not.
Jamie gets it for free.
I'm pretty sure you can get tested for free.
I don't know.
I mean, I kind of want to go get the antibodies tested just to see if I had it at some point.
Same thing, because I feel like that time that we were boxing...
Hold on. Before you go any further, a thought just popped into my head. A coworker of mine is on leave for COVID because they said that they may have been exposed. When we went to the mall today, you know who I saw at the mall? That coworker shopping.
Did you say what's up?
No. I don't like seeing my coworkers outside of work, so I ignore them and pretend I don't see them. But I'm bringing that up next time I work.
Yeah, next time I go in there, I'm going straight to management.
Well, actually, I got something else I got to talk to management about that's a little bit more important. But if I remember, yeah, that's getting brought up too.
Hey, you know who I was talking to yesterday at the mall?
Andy, guess who I saw at the mall yesterday? No, all right. Let's end on a lighthearted topic. I think that I think we had a pretty serious podcast. So let's end on more of a lighthearted topic because I have my answer and I think it's hilarious. So when you watch a movie, right, and you're seeing a character that is playing, or an actor that's playing a character close to who they really are, right, as a person, you can tell, and it just kind of shines through. What's an example that you can think of for that? Because I have two.
Ask that question again.
So when you watch a movie and you can tell that a character is close to what an actor is actually like in real life, and it kind of shines through.
They're a really good actor, or
like it's like they're just playing themselves.
Okay.
Can you think of a time where that's happened, where you've watched it and you're like, I'm pretty sure that's just who they are?
I think that you've asked this before at Ryan Reynolds.
What? No, I've never asked this before.
Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
You think Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool?
I
Is that what
like
you just said to me?
I've watched interviews and stuff with him, and he acts like that.
So you think the personality behind Deadpool is similar to just who Ryan Reynolds is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can kind of see where you're coming from.
What's the dude's name?
What movie?
I think his name is... I think his last name's Holloway.
Tom, the guy from Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah.
I don't see that. I don't agree with that. I didn't like that Spider-Man. I don't like him as Spider-Man.
He's been Spider-Man
Topher Grace.
The past couple times.
Topher Grace is better.
I think that his personality is the same as well.
So my two answers. One is Kid Rock from Joe Dirt. Because I hate that racist redneck son of a bitch, and I think most of my hate for him comes from that movie. Because I hated his character in that movie. And I've never been able to separate the two. I think his name's Ronnie in the movie, but I'm not even sure. That's just Kid Rock to me. And that's kind of why I just hate Kid Rock. I cannot stand that man. My number two, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. Have you seen the movie The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler? Okay,
Adam Sandler is another one that I would say.
The prison guard. Do you know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is? The bald guy with the goatee.
The longest yard, was that the
prison one?
Yeah, was that the football?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bald head guy with the goatee.
Is it the cross-eyed guy?
No, the bald head guy with the goatee. That's a guard. He plays a guard.
I'm drawing a blank.
Well, regardless, okay. He's just racist enough that I could almost believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin is actually racist, and it looks like he's having so much fun playing this asshole that it almost has to be close to how he is in real life. Although I don't think he is, but it's hard to believe he's not. Like, there's a scene where he's playing air guitar, and he looks at one of the black guys, he says, "It's how a white man plays a guitar," as he's playing air guitar in the locker room. Like, that I don't think they wrote that. I think he just thought of that. Or where, like, there's just a lot of racist subtleties in the movie that I find it hard to believe is not just who he is. For me.
I'm drawing a blank on who that is.
I cannot believe you don't remember Stone Cold Steve Austin in that movie.
Whoever voices Ruckus, I believe.
Uncle Ruckus. Did I show you the interview where Uncle Ruckus went on Charlemagne the God on Power 106?
Is he black?
Yeah, Charlemagne?
No, Uncle Ruckus. Is
the guy who voices him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you just said he went on an interview.
It was like an audio interview, like a radio interview.
Oh, so he didn't show his face?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's him. There's another guy that does like the live action, where they tried to get the live action movie and everything, but that's different. I don't know if that was the same guy that voiced him in the Boondocks.
I'm thinking that if he is, like, I wouldn't put. I mean, could you put that if you were white and you were the one that voiced Uncle Ruckus? Could you put that on a job application?
No, because he's saying the N-word.
Yeah, he says
So no.
he's like extremely racist.
Yeah, so no, you cannot.
For some reason, I just think I just believe that Uncle Ruckus is voiced by a white person, a white guy.
You look it up, because I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Now, is it racist for us to laugh at Uncle Ruckus?
I mean, it was made to be laughed at.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, it's a comedy. You're supposed to laugh at it.
You can get away with a lot when it comes to...
Whether it's racial jokes or not, it's made to be laughed at. So.
Yeah.
But if a white guy wrote The Boondocks, would you have a problem with it? Okay, yeah.
He is black.
If a white guy wrote The Boondocks, would that be okay? No, right?
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
Yeah, because... it's not one person that writes the Boondocks. It's a group of people. And
I'm saying if the main creator was white, which he might be, I don't know.
Seth MacFarlane and Family Guy.
Okay, what about it?
There's a bunch of... well, I guess not nowadays, but in earlier episodes, there were a lot of racist remarks.
No, there's more racist stuff now because they went away from the gay jokes. They said that we're just, we want to move away from making homosexual jokes.
Yeah, so we're just going to bash on...
the blacks.
Yeah.
Which isn't a wise choice either, but hey. Another thing, what's a TV show that you think has jumped the shark? Do you know what that means? So when a TV show's jumped the shark, that's like where they just keep making seasons of it when it should have been done already. You're like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
The Simpsons?
Yeah, I mean they're on like what, season 27 or something?
Yeah.
Like, now did you really watch The Simpsons to begin with?
Yeah, a little bit. Not I haven't watched all the seasons.
No, it's probably it's just the generation that it's made for. It's not working now anymore, I don't think. I think SpongeBob has jumped the shark. It's just not what it used to be.
What happened with that was the original person that wrote it quit.
I thought he died.
He either quit or died. Either way, he quit writing it.
Yeah.
And all the funny stuff that wouldn't be funny to younger kids, they just liked the show, but it was funny to older.
Yeah,
but they were
12,
real subtle.
12, 13, 14-year-olds, the teenage and some of the adults, some of the adult my issue is more with the way it looks. Have you looked at a new episode of SpongeBob? We're going to when we're done, we're going to look at it because I need you to see this. But just the way it looks makes me uncomfortable. Family Guy is pretty damn close to having jumped the shark too. Like, do you want to watch a new episode of Family Guy?
I don't look forward to it.
I don't either. Like when we were in high school, a new episode of Family Guy. I want to watch it. Now it's like, cool. There's another season out. I'll put it on while I do something else and laugh every 10 minutes. It's pretty much what it's for now.
Yeah, it's just for the background.
It's mindless comedy. You don't have to watch it.
If when I'm at work, I like having my iPad to the side and just listening to something, and I honestly think that I would pick Fish Tank noises over Family Guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say I disagree with you because I just don't care. I don't know if it's the writing or if it's just... I don't think... Their biggest problem is they didn't develop the characters the way they should. They would... And the thing is, with Archer, you watch an episode of Archer. If Archer gets a tattoo, he has a tattoo now. It's just there now. If Pam starts doing coke, Pam becomes a cokehead. There's continuity. They don't just... Oh, here's a new episode. Everything from that last episode don't matter. That is the type of thing. Although Archer has jumped the shark, and I don't want to watch anything new from Archer either.
I don't think that they jumped the shark. I think they're doing all right.
They have definitely jumped the shark. They are nowhere near as good as they used to be, and they just I don't want to watch anymore.
What you quit watching after you went into a coma?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they have to make Archer more situated in the plot again. Because before, they had a really easy time of just being like, all right, this season, we're just going to throw him in space for no fucking reason. When he was in the coma. Or we're going to throw him in the middle of a jungle island.
Yeah.
And they could do stuff like that, which was fun. I liked the episodes. But now that they brought him back to real life, he has to get resituated into the...
Maybe I need to give her another chance, and I might, but I don't know.
Because the season that just came out wasn't very eventful or funny.
I haven't watched all of Lost, but I'm pretty sure it jumped the shark at some point, or the last season was so unsatisfying that it may as well have jumped the shark.
I wish they make more episodes of Limitless. I know that they're not going to. It's been done for a while, but Limitless. It's where is the reason that I wanted to try Adderall for the first time.
Is it the one where the guy takes the blue pill and it unlocks his mind? It was originally a movie, wasn't it?
I think that it was a book.
I thought it wasn't it related to the Matrix. You take the blue pill.
No, it was like I think that he worked at a police department.
No, it's not related to the Matrix. Yeah, like he took the pill. It's a pill, right?
Yeah, and then after they found out how good how good he does on it, I think that he was a detective, but after they found out how good he did on the pill, then they provide him a pill when they got a new case.
Yeah. So maybe I need to watch that because that sounds interesting. But I think they're making another season of Dexter. I think I saw that somewhere. Did you watch Dexter?
I never watched Dexter.
You need to watch Dexter. You need to give it a chance.
All right. Well, I think that we've come to the end of this episode.
I think we had a pretty solid episode.
Yeah, I appreciate all of you watching.
Thanks, Russ.
Yeah, thanks, Russ. And
tell me how my taste in shows is horrible so I can argue with you in the comments.
Hopefully I have a bunch of ideas for season 2. We're going to take a couple weeks off and get everything situated. The issue is
February.
Possibly the end of January.
Somewhere in there.
The issue is after we get all this stuff set up, you guys can't really see it. My camera's been off for a little while. But
just me.
Yeah, you can't see it, but there's shit all over the room where, just where we're sitting is the only places that look nice. The rest of it has wires running around everywhere and shit plugged into the wall and lights and stuff. So I have to take all this stuff down after each episode, and that's the biggest drawback because it takes a while to get all the shit set back up just the way it needs to be. The camera's focused, blah, 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 blah. And then you got to make sure the audio sounds good multiple times. So if we can get that situation figured out, we should be able to make more episodes and do some of the other content that I have been wanting to do but haven't really had the opportunity. But appreciate all you watching. This is the end of season 1. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when the newest upload comes out. The next episode.
We don't know when it is, so I know you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's a good way to put it. And it's no longer going to be on Fridays. We're no longer releasing on Fridays.
We're not going to tell you when.
You'll find out when you subscribe.
So you better hit the bell.
Yeah, all right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Adios.